For more than 4 decades, Don Larson turned North Dakota State into a perennial force. From 1979 until he retired 41 years later in 2020, the Bison's successes not only spanned decades, it transcended divisions. For the first 25 years of Larson's tenure, the Bison left their mark in the NCAA Division II and the North Central Conference, where his teams claimed 36 conference crowns. His athletes combined for 11 national event titles and 206 All-American honors over that span. On top of that, Larson was named the Coaches Association National Coach of the Year in 2004, following a third-place outdoor finish, the school's best placing at a national meet. The success continued after the Bison transitioned to NCAA Division I and the Summit League. NDSU added 18 more conference titles, including the 2020 indoor crown in his final season. In 2019, Peyton Otterdahl became NDSU's first individual national champ in any sport when he won the shot put and weight throw crowns at the NCAA Division I Indoor Championships. Larson said it best in the middle of his career, quote, "Philosophically, our program believes that we need to work hard, train smart, and still have a lot of fun." A philosophy and accomplishments that add up to a Hall of Fame career. Please welcome Don Larson to the class of 2021.
I think that was my grandkids saying, "Hi, Papa." Hi, guys. How's it going? I have to admit, I inherited a lot of great things from my parents, but unfortunately, one of the things I inherited from my father is dementia. And so I have to use notes, and I've got a very patient wife. A couple of very special guests that we have, some current NDSU staff members and former coaches. Head coach Stevie Keller and his lovely wife Erin, who I actually recruited, so it got Stevie to stay around. Casey Whitty, former Nebraska assistant coach, Reese Vega, former NDSU athlete. And then former NDSU coaches that have gone on, Ryan Godfrey currently at Kansas State, Andrew Carlson at Louisville, and Tim Byers at Baker. I've had a pleasure of working with some amazing people, some amazing athletic directors. NDSU, North Dakota State, and why. I had opportunities to leave, but North Dakota State, I mean, how many states have, or towns have movies named after them? I mean, Fargo, one of the best movies ever, and Fargo, people say, "Yeah, you betcha." And if we don't like you, we throw you in the wood chipper. Believe it or not, I actually student taught elementary. And I had a job waiting for me in Brookings, South Dakota. I student taught under Steve Berseth. Steve has become the AD. It would have been the ideal job and the job I was really looking forward to. But I took a 1-year interim appointment at Concordia of Moorhead, the Cowboys of Concordia. And 1 year turned into 3. But my job at Concordia, I was head men and women's cross country and wide receivers coach in football. The offensive line coach was the head basketball coach and head baseball coach. Everybody coached multiple sports. And in my 3rd year, my football position, they brought in another position, which was great. But then I ended up taking the hockey team to Wisconsin Superior when Concordia qualified for the Division III National Football Championships. So I've coached pretty much everything. But anyway, the 1 year turned into 3, and the legendary Sonny Galsvig, again, was the offensive line coach. He was my mentor. He got me the job at NDSU. He was working in a summer basketball camp, and the AD said, "Well, what can you tell me?" He goes, Sonny says, "Hire a guy and get him out of my house." And like I say, and North Dakota State was great. I might be dumb, but I'm not stupid. So I married the head women's coach, Is she out there? Okay. Angelo State. We met at the '84 Olympic trials. She actually coached Turnell Hawkins, is that correct? Yeah, who made the U.S. Olympic team. And Desiree competed at Michigan State for the legendary Jim Bibbs, who's in the Hall of Fame. I had met Jim at Drake. Matter of fact, I sat by him for several years, so when she was telling me about Jim Bibbs, I said, "Yeah, the guy looks like Fred Sanford's grandpa." So unfortunately, I ended up with a great wife, amazing mother, an assistant coach who was our jump coach for many years, most of the event records. Matter of fact, she coached Brent Parmer, who is one of our former athletes out there, and an amazing fishing partner. So I need to say, my wife has never considered divorce, but only murder, and usually at a weekly basis. Some special people with me, daughters Kelsey and Kira. Now granted, both their parents are track coaches. Kelsey, a Northwest Missouri grad, played volleyball, is currently, or was a nurse in pediatric oncology, now nurse in ER at Children's Mercy in Kansas City. Her husband Luke was a baseball player at Northwest Missouri and will eventually be my employer when I become a farmer in Nebraska. And their two sons, Miles and Mac. How you doing, Mac? He's hanging in there. And then Kira. Kira was our protege, basically a four-sport athlete, ended up playing for the University of Missouri Tigers under the great Wayne Krecklow, and became the first team sport athlete to graduate in nursing, played professional volleyball in Italy, and is now a COVID nurse in St. Louis. The kids traveled with us. Yeah. You know, the kids traveled with us everywhere on the bus, and, you know, the guys, you know, really humored her and things. But Kira come up the bus one time, I think she's like 5 or 6, she's crying. She goes, "Dad, I need $10. So what for? She says, "Well, the guys won't want to play poker if I don't have any money." You know, fortunately, I've had a lot of athletes, a lot of great assistants, administrators and things. But what stands out the most of all the accomplishments is that we had 10 different individuals win NCAA post-grad scholars. And when you think of North Dakota State, you may not think of it as that, but engineering, architecture, medicine, and things have been a big draw. And I had the privilege of coaching me. The thing is, with me, growing up, my father barely finished an 8th grade education, but I learned so much growing up, and he taught me so much about life, and that life is your faith, your family, and your friends. And when you think about faith, family, and friends, faith is what you believe in. You have to believe in yourself, believe in your coaches, believe in your athletes. Your family, hold tight, because trust me, you only get one chance. And your friends, it's the people in your circle. And fortunately for me, that circle was really big. And you walk around here and I just can't believe the number of people that I've had an opportunity to get, you know, like George Williams. Yeah, George, I finally get you. George calls me the week we get married. He goes, "Hey, got you set up in Bahamas." I go, "George," I said, "we're going to California." He goes, "Okay, well, I'll catch you on your anniversary." So, trust me, he held true to his form. Kira competed in a U.S. national youth meet, and we had so much fun hanging out in Raleigh, North Carolina with George and his lovely wife. Wow. But anyway, it's been a big circle, and I can say to all you young coaches, and I met quite a few, there was a couple on our flight, and we bumped into others, says, "Enjoy the ride, kids. It's amazing." Anyway, and in Fargo, go Bison.